How did the transition end? It was my dream that we have the best handover. And I must say, the history of Northern Region, the best handover was the one of Agago District Local Government. If you attended it, it was overwhelmingly attended. People were happy. No conflict within the council members. It's a sign of unity. That's the government we are building. A government that believes in unity, a government that believes in development, a government that believes in transforming the community. In our vision, as we now sit after addressing this, we have a vision for our people, which I think is important to say it here. We have Karamojongs that has been in our raids for a very long time. And I must tell you the truth, that for very many years since the world started, we have had these conflicts. Now, in this administration, we want to seek for justice for people who were affected by the Karamojong raids. And honestly speaking, we had people killed, we had women raped, we have a lot of animals taken away, we have land that as people have been displaced. In the evening, we have roadblocks, people can't do businesses. But we are happy that the government has put a barracks, the Bodong barracks, that can provide physical security. But the harm on our people is not enough. So as administration of this, of Agago District Local Government, we tend to take a small justice by constituting a few people to support us with the constitutional court, so that we get justice for these people who were killed, for these people who were displaced, for these people who have lost their animals, and we see what can happen. We shall do this in conjunction with the people of Abim, the people of October, the people of Kitgum, so that government can make it. We are not happy that this government, in this ending financial year, our MPs were trying to present the issue of Karamojong raids. An example, Honorable David Toha presented to Parliament an issue on goat raid in Adela Town Council. And the Speaker was laughing at it, saying, no, those are just cattle thieves, you cannot. Then also a old minister I think one of the MPs for the army, said, no, that was not a raid. Now, we feel embarrassed if us, the political leaders, cannot give evidence. We need an evidence. We need to provide information. We need a record that talks about these Karamojong raids, comprehensively developed by the district. And we seek justice through the Constitutional Court. The nice thing is that their ruling is always fair for the community. And we believe that they rule for justice. And when they rule, it is a law. We shall use that to petition government. We shall use that to claim from the president to demand support for people who have been affected by Karamojong raid. This is what the administration believes, that our people should feel their burden of Karamojong be reduced by government by a slight support. So that vision still stands. And as leaders of the district, it is what we are going to pursue and ensure that we get justice for these people. We shall also continue to cooperate with now the people who are there supporting us, the RDC, the army, to reduce on the conflict. This one is acceptable and we shall do it in good faith. The other thing is maybe issues of land titling and registration. Right now, Agago has a population of 307,000 people. With a projection of 30% in 10 years, we shall have 400,000 people. That means in 20 years, we shall have over 500 to 600,000 people. This is a big population. But already with the 307,000 people, there are already conflicts of land. You can see that everywhere people are raiding, including institutions. You can imagine all the government institutions of Agago District Local Government, all of them, schools, hospitals. We have 39 schools, 112 primary schools. When you add that now, goes to 140. Of all these institutions, including sub-county quarters, we have only 43 titled land. This puts us at a very bad risk. The risk of losing land anytime there is conflict, a risk of people rising to take any land they want, because in the future we see more conflicts coming up. For that reason, this administration or district executive committee has put it a purpose to mobilize the community to do mass registration and titling of our land at a cheap cost. We are now doing all ways. We are looking for all means possible, whether it be even if it means buying machines to support the land surveyors. We want to support our community to register their land and have it fully registered in their names. Because even the small families of 10 people right now, in 20 years they'll be 40. They'll start fighting on ownership. And if we want to avoid that future problem, we must have all our lands registered for easy traces.
Now, Chair, with due respect, when you register a customer land, technically, there must be a name put there, and can make it become a bankable property. Don't you also see a very major risk in titling customer land, especially for non-institutions?
Now, for customary land, like in the borderland, people have grouped themselves in clans. You group yourself as a clan and you own it. If you give birth to a new child, you write in the list. You continue to own it as a team. If one day in the future, my generation comes and says, one day this was our land, they can check still in the registry and they find, oh, there was one man one day who lived here in the names of Otto Wilson, and honestly speaking, this is his descendant. He can still benefit from the land. But also for collective investment and protection from future threats of development. If land is owned, if you have your own, you can own it as a person. But if you own it collectively, you can register it as a group. You can register it as a group. For example, your question would also guide. You see, there are some schools that still have conflict with community. Now, when we start the process of registration of land, these conflicts will come. One of the reasons why it should come is so that we solve it forever. Once it is solved, we register and title it. That problem will end there forever. No one in that community will ever rise against that decision. Now, part of the reason why registration should happen is such that conflicts that come, we mediate and solve it and register as it is, so that in the future we now don't have the same arguments. That is what we're in picture. Definitely there are going to be conflicts. There are people who rise against the other. This is not the boundary. But as you move during the registration, you will agree with your neighbors that, okay, we have agreed, let the boundary be here. We have agreed, let the boundary be here. And you all come to an agreed position. Yes.
Yeah, now, Chairman, you have been talking about the use of land and then the land conflict happening, and then also the issue of seeing that our lands are being there are people to get the land title. Now, international, we have also been seeing a lot of issues when it comes to the issue of the foundation body, and there's a lot of conflict with the community, and then at the school on which denomination should now be the foundation body of the school. So that one has also been giving a lot of burden, and if you are to see, for example, there is a school in Agago, in Parama sub-county, probably on the primary school. There have been a lot of conflict and for long between the Catholic and then the Protestant, which one should own the foundation body. And that has been a lot of issues, not only in the primary school, but also in other schools. What are you going to do as the district here and to see that the issue of the foundation body is also solved?
Now, as district leaders, we may not enter into deciding which land goes to who. We believe in what is right. If the communities, for example, if I have a disagreement with you, whether this table is yours or me, another person cannot decide, come and say, this is your table. We must sit me and you and agree. Now, the community, for example, like they know how that place started. They can sit and get an amicable position on who owns the land, and they agree. Once they agree, that is where we take it up as a district, because that is their responsibility. If they think conflict is a good thing, what we can only do as a district is to mediate. To mediate and say that they get a position of agreement, and we have the land registered. But for institutions that own land, like faith-based organizations, like Catholics, the Anglican, maybe the born agains or the PhDs. Some of them offered land, and the land now has become, this government has built a school in it. It has also now become, it is their land, but the school is government school. Now, many of them went to the president, and they agreed to register their land under their faith-based organization and then lease the land to the school for a period of 100 years. Then after 100 years, they can still renew if they want, because that is, they want to own the land. So that approach is there. So where we shall need to meet the leaders of the faith-based organization to achieve registration of land, we shall call them. But all community-based land should be registered and have title. This is the best. In this process, we shall have conflicts that will arise even more than the ones you asked. And then we need to solve it in bits until our people register land and we protect them.
In the process of investors trying to access land or other people trying to register land, we have witnessed for the last 5 years in the Agago district, youth and women have been left out at the decision table, the negotiations and making decisions, that is youth and women. And it's one of the, like using Panadol to try to cure something. How will you go about that?
Or first my advice, if we ever got an investor who would want to use our land, our focus is how people should benefit from the investment. 2, outside the investment, if they want to use people's land, they should go to the people. And when you want to involve the people, you call all of them. In this government that we are leading, the Agago district local government, if we ever receive any investor in the future, and we know they want land around anywhere, you call all the community. They should understand what is going on. They should agree with the benefits that they want to give them, or if it is going to be there, and approve entire processes and own it. But my target is that we should not sell our land away to investors. We can lease them. That is why we need to register all the land. So that when they come, you simply lease and say, okay, as a community, we have given you this land for this number of years. While you are here, employ our children. While you are here, give us jobs. While you are here, pay us the salary. While you are here, these are the, then you list your list of benefits, because what you are only giving is your land. But you don't want another person to own it. You don't need to give away your land. We still believe that all chunks of land that anybody would ever want in Agago district should be on hire basis or lease basis. Big chunks of land like 10,000 acres, why would you sell them? Why? You still have children coming up in the future. Set platforms to allow those generations benefit. That is the best approach. So we shall continue to engage them fully so that they own whatever process, if it ever comes in our regime.
It has been on record, especially from the borderline in Agago district, National Forest Authority, Uganda Wildlife Authority, and also claims of possible minerals. One of the questions that we have on record came from one of the traditional chiefs, from Casimiro Mo, that the community needs clarity if there is any mineral. There has been a lot of land problems that the big people come in deceptive forms. I call it deceptive because even the district leaders denied that they were not informed. Even the MP denied that they were not informed. Even a big size of land was registered in Lapon by some official. I say this because it's already in black and white. How will you handle all these diverse problems?
As of now, issues of minerals will come. I'm still not aware of any issue on minerals, or I don't have any detail on my office yet. But I still believe if there is any mineral to benefit our people, and anyone would ever want to utilize it, community should be engaged. They should agree to the project. We should explain to them what it is. Then when they agree, they get it. Because one other role as a leader is to give direction. That is why they have trusted us. So if we get an opportunity of an investment which we think is beneficial, we explain to the community, then the same investor also has to explain to the community. When they accept, it is okay. But if there is still resistance, why would you go ahead to even title a land? That was a mistake. That was a mistake. And then that also shows you that there was a loophole at the district. How can someone register land and you are not aware? That is not correct. It is not. How can? Because to register land, you need a sub-county land board to sit. The sub-county land board will have to move through the boundaries of the land, bring the issues to the district land board committee. the district planning, land board committee will have to say, take it to the district land board. The approval is a process. You don't just jump and get a title. It shows that there was a problem somewhere. It is a process. You don't just get land title and then no one knows. Someone is lying somebody here. In this scenario, someone is not speaking the truth. Yes.
Then wildlife to human relationship still remains very poor, viewed with borderline people, and it seems the problem is coming from the side of Uganda Wildlife Authority. Some women get injured and crops also get destroyed. Very district to keep going wrong. Can the community expect some kind of resolution within these 5 years of your term? Because there was also a promise of constructing electric fence, I think by the president himself.
Yeah, I think the electric fence is supposed to be built to prevent elephants and other animals from passing through the park, the community. If that ever happens, it will be for the good. We cannot reject it because elephants have eaten people's crops. They come the night, eat the whole maize, they eat the whole soya, they eat your own beans in the garden, and people have suffered.
Actually, it is what people want, but
so the government has to be intentional. Now, the reason why we need to make some of this justice, it can also come as part of demand, so that some of that area is fenced and animals do not access people. Just like in Waya, when you go there through the road to Arua, you will find those electric fence along the road. They prevent animals. As they come, when the wires touch them, they're electrified, they go back. So it is why it is important to have it. However, we need to explore government to do it faster, because the people at the borderlines are suffering. They are suffering and their compensation takes a lot of time. An elephant has destroyed your garden, you take 5 years when you have not received compensation. These are another issues to address. It is not nice for wild animals that are being kept in the park to come destroy crops and compensations take 5 years. This is something government must address at the border with our national reserves.
But before I forget, there has been serious problem of climate change. I think it's weather shock, like flooding has hit communities like areas of Aringa and some other parts. These affect their livelihood and also the crops in the garden. The worst one that happened in 2025, there was no help, no attention from the council or even the distribution. The people suffered like that. The media did their part and nothing happened.
Was it on disaster of wildfire and flood?
It was flood.
Yes, I remember there's flood when they brought here some, they would call it a flood. I don't know, is that what you mean? There was
the flood came for
is that what you mean?
Hailstorm, I don't know how to call it.
Hailstorm.
Bad.
Yes. So sometimes the disaster and preparedness department from OPM delays a lot. But as leaders of this district, if we shall have ever a disaster, what we can do best is timely reporting. Because as a district, we don't have reserves to support communities in times of disaster. That means if anything happens like flood, like wildfire, like an attack, we must report to office of the OPM or to the Minister for Disaster Preparedness so that responses can come. So sometimes it takes time, but our target is to make sure we do faster response and faster reporting.
The community were very strong because they had right to come, I think, for 2-3 weeks, and the district official did not say anything.
That was unfortunate. It was unfortunate that in such a government, such things happened. And I think if a community ever faces such a problem, it will be our role to support them. That is why they entrusted us with this office. We shall support them. They should communicate through their leaders, communicate to us directly, and make sure we get the information. Otherwise, As a district, we are ready. We have taken up with hope that we shall watch Agago. We say Agago Merawaja. So I still believe that we shall build a new Agago that everyone will believe in it.
And on a light note, we need to bring the MP of Agago West to join stronger consensus on the Karamojo category, because he has been a little bit quiet for the past 5 years.
No, I am going to work with all my members of parliament. We have agreed to form a united force. A united force, a united group of leaders deliver for their people. For now, all the 4 members of parliament and me as the chairman of the district local government, we shall work as a team. Even when we shall be, because for the justice of Karamojong, including people of Agago West, there are those who received injustices, and to date they have not been compensated in any way. There are people in Ward, there are people in Irapalo, there are people in Omot that have been injured. There are people in Koromo. So all the members of parliament will take charge during this time. I'm very sure no one will hesitate. All of them are positive. We have already shared with them. We shall work as a united force. We don't want the situation of I am warning you. We are leaders of the people, and we should keep united for our people. Because united we stand, divided we fall. That's a good word. Let me add that the last.
Yeah, we are running out of time, and if you have to maybe summarize your work. For the past years, our roads have not been good, and people have been complaining a lot. You have been receiving phone calls during stress factor about the issues of the road, and as you now assume the new office, what is your message of hope to the people of Agago on the issue of our roads?
If there's anything we are interested in to work on, it's the issue of our roads. We are rated the worst, even in the region. Agago district local government is the only district without tarmac road in Acholi sub-region. But they has tarmac road, Kibuma has tarmac road, Lamo has tarmac road, Bulo has, Omoro has from the other side of Opit, Lamo has. It is only Agago district local government without a tarmac road. I want to behave like the one MP of Pade who said they don't know a minister. Agago district local government, the people of Agago have never seen a tarmac road, and they even don't know how it looks like. You can imagine to be here and you don't know how a tarmac looks like. So in our project, we need to stress government so that they can tarmac one of these major roads. There is this road from Kalong, from Patong to Kalong. Then we have the ones that moves from Konakla up to Abin. These are major government roads that needs to be tarmac. So when at national level, we need to engage with Ministry of Works to check that these major traces receive tarmac, at least within this tenure. We shall try our best with the members of parliament to push for it. Then locally here, we have our local access roads, our community access roads that needs to be maintained. We are a large community of 26 sub-counties. We want that all roads that are meant for the district are maintained to a good standard. Usable for our children going to school, for people going to the hospital, for people who want to sell their produces. This is what we believe. We are going to try all our means. We are already on planning strategy to check that starting this financial year that we already got the budget. The roads that we shall pick to work on must be given a class that is deserving. This is what we are promising, and we shall try to deliver this.
I have a request.